utsvakwe ndebvu vari munodzimurana boys nozi hanzi mumahwana vachihera mukadzi wangu uya wechi3 ari kuzhamba kuti these days hey uri kubhohwa oza kuti ndikati ndikande majokes zvakutonzi hey wakusembura hazvisekese ndobva ndati alright saka rega ndinyarare zvonzi hey wakufunga mahuri ako but chekuru chandakaona ndechekuti problem iyi yakatanga pakapera basa saka manje boys ranoda kuziva manje ndauti mundibatsire kuti ndizive kuti munhu anozonzi anobohwa here kana kuti kwango kushaya kwemari.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Brother A and Brother B, Brother A being Batsi and Arguza Sugu, of course, that is Kuzi. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, today we've got a fun issue. Man, you know what, wait.
Is it fun?
Sorry.
I don't know if it's fun.
I don't think it's fun.
Man, you know what, wait.
Is it fun?
Sorry.
I don't know if it's fun.
I don't think it's fun.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be lit, you know, a whole level of lit. But anyways, before I even tell you what it is about, Batsy, how you doing, man? How's been your week, brother?
I'm good, bro. I just did a self shave. Okay, not self. Ndatanga shave andega weza. Then I realized kuti ndikuzicheka weza. So my youngster finished it out for me, so it was alright.
Okay, all right. Kudzi, how was your week, man?
It was good. Good. Definitely ups and downs in life, but what is life without that? But overall, it was good, man. Good.
Indeed.
It's good.
You big Amazondo Nas, by the way. So I'm very happy. Very happy. No, I couldn't.
Nunzi from no, it's some beef bones and I'm a pork bones. You know what's going
How's that, Roshamar?
Well, basically, I mean, personally, I had a very entertaining week. It was entertaining in the sense that the entertainment world was a buzz with Mdara Weedzo, Baby Jada, you know what I mean? I think we had a very long discussion about it during our on the
on the live, yeah.
Mdara Weedzo, I've been always on the defense for Mdara Weedzo, but ndakazobzora vaenda kuvacation somewhere kuBahamas ndavandasvotwa naMdara Weedzo saka ndaimusapotera chiyane dzungu izi.
Ufinu yako kubva kupiko.
Well, man, you know what? I'm not gonna get into that. But one of the good suggestions that we got as a topic from from some people was basically Hansi. What, as you can see between Mdara Weedzo na Jada, you find with a lot of things were exhibited, which are toxic traits within relationships. You know what I mean? So I just thought, you know what? Maybe let's have a chat about this and find out what the toxic in a relationship. All these relationship breakups. You know what I mean? And then pick on those traits. And of course, definitely, we're always going to give you what we think is a solution to solve those little traits, right? But initially, I want us to define what you consider toxic, right? I'll start with you, Kudzi, right? What would you say is a toxic trait in a relationship? What's your definition of toxic?
Well, my definition of toxic would be, you see, those controlling behaviors, man. Like, the controlling behaviors that, you know, you get into a relationship and you want to control the other person. You want them to be this person that you want them to be. But then we forget the fact that I'm coming in with my vibe and you coming in with your vibe. Let's see if the vibes can match. I think that's the definition of dating. Then if they can match, then we can be in a relationship. But I think we kind of skip those steps and then or we just get someone because it's very hard to get someone these days. And then when you get that person, then you want to try and tailor make that person to be someone else. Thereby, you're controlling the person. But it's very toxic, man. Very, very toxic. Okay. I don't know what you think about it.
Tell us. What do you think, brother?
I think defining toxic relationship is difficult because toxic relationship may not be necessarily because you've got two toxic people or a toxic person in it. I think there's a lot of. I think before we get into the toxic part of things, we need to define what a relationship is. So I think the issue comes in when the wrong people get into the wrong relationship, there's going to be toxicity. Whereas I remember I posted something a couple of days ago Kuti, you know, like when you break up with the chicken, wait, heartbroken, baby, yeah, type vibes, right? Then you you've broken up with your girlfriend and you think you wish her bad, you wish but the fact of the matter is it's not that. Your relationship may have been toxic, but she may find someone who she's matched with and she's not a fire. I think that's the definition. If I were to define a toxic relationship, it's just wrong people in the wrong relationship, because you break up and then that person will find someone else and they'll be an angel. There'll be no problems in their relationship because they found the right person. So I think a toxic relationship comes from you being with the wrong person. Simple.
Okay, all right. I do like your definitions. I mean, you're touching, you're playing it safe, guys.
I just quite up there. I just quite up.
Because actually what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go point for point a toxic trait in one man, two in a female. So I'm going to give you one toxic trait. We're going to debate it, but then we're going to talk about a few. They're always like they're a lot, and we're obviously going to miss some. We're probably going to get some, but then if you guys have some traits that you feel are toxic, you can also bring them up as we go along. So the first one I'm going to go with, guys. Right, I'm gonna start with the ladies, of course. Ladies first.
Why ladies first? Why?
It's always good. That's the ingredient equality.
Chivalry
anyways,
is dead.
So the first trait that I hate, that I got noted and I really hate it as well. Personally, I hate it is community dating. Right. So let me define community dating.
That just sounds
right?
like.
Hey, So community dating basically is a situation whereby you're in a relationship with a girl, right? But also you're dating her friends, right? In a scenario whereby anything that happens in your relationship, she's going to her friends and talking about it. Hey, Chris, I know uncle. Hey, Chichi, community dating, your friends give you advice from that. Right. Okay. And then you use that stuff in our relationship with my friends said, my friends did this, my friends did that. Right? Or they say this about you, so you need to do this because my friends think that. Right? What do you think about that? For me, community dating is a hell no. I hate it. What do you think? But let's start with you.
Yeah, okay. That one is a real one. And I think I'm eager in my 100%. Ladies, this is you. This is your baby right here. The influence of other people in a relationship is too much. It's too much. Relationship day one too. And the comparisons. This is another thing that women. I'm saying it. And I just quarter.
Say it. I just quarter.
Women do this way too much, bro. Like, just like comparing their relationships to other people's relationships. Kana you on a big, mumwacha ana big. You don't compare. Ningi wakaenda ku holiday. Sister singaende ku holiday. Ana ningi wakanditengera this. Same singanditengera this. See, that comparison is always there, and it's so toxic. It's toxic. It's so toxic, yeah. So yeah, the comparisons and my comparisons, my one, and community dating. You know, so yeah, I think that's a big problem for the ladies. Of course, with gents it may be there, but I think at the end of the day, dudes usually kind of keep their business to themselves, the intricate details of their business. We kind of keep that to ourselves, maybe here and there, obviously, not as boys, but you know, relationship. I don't think tinema community yeah.
True. Kuzi, well, what do you think about community dating, bro?
You see, I don't think we can ever erase that, right? It's just gonna be there. It just depends on who you're dating, which market you're dating, and who you are. I've seen guys.
He's a market.
It just depends who you're dating, right? I've seen people that have been abused, whereby, you're going for dinner with your girl, right? Ukaenda kudina mdara nechibaby chako shamwari wachena waenda unochitora padina ubona ane vamwe vanhu 3 ko muri kuenda kupi? Where are you going, bro? No, my friends want to come away, bro.
Wait.
So if you're not that guy, bro, right? Then you're gonna be abused, bro, right? If you're not that guy that will tell your chick that you're not gonna listen to this, it does equal. Because like you don't want to be in that complicated thing whereby someone is coming to tell you kuti wewe wanzune mota black but una ninga katenga red saka una zvikunzi neshamwari dzangu iwo katenga red, then you don't make a sense. No, off, you know what I mean? Like just do that, right? And I think that's a problem for certain guys, and I've seen guys that fell for it, and they've taken the girls for dinner and everything that, you know, vaskana vanema group awo kune markets, so I'm not gonna, you know, because I know them chicks, bro. Wajutanga so, bro. Like, you know, there's a market of girls that date. They're like friends or they're in a clique because pane one she heavy, she no attract my face.
Okay.
Right? Pane one anenga cha attract my face. We are good. Yeah, tikabuda nae. Right? It's not just in Zim girls. Even my African item countries, even Kunoka, I see it too. There's a clique and there's one plug. Right, 1 or 2, maybe there are 5. That plug gets the big fish, and then I want to throw him more. So you manji kana
kudziga.
Wait. And then positive uya manja rungo dito pane group yo, there's a girl and him face wake who is a good man. That guy is probably a hard-working man and is doing whatever he's doing per side and stuff. But anzande party. And it anzande party and anzande party kuna dara zviripo zvimafesi zvinenge zvichitaura unongoziva zvimafesi zvingotaura pakazara vanhu zvinotaura zvemari dzavo unogeda then obva wazotarisa wako ari kungokubvunza kuti saka iwewe haufa zvese saka mangwana toita sei tikaenda tikanotenga chicken in then uya kutaura kuti ma-investments saka ndipo panotanga kucompare mabebi manje kuti zvoni iwe mufesi wako ananga achikunetsa yako yachikutora nekombi una mufesi wangu asako yachikutora nemota.
Yeah, comparison.
You know what I mean? So it just depends with your market, bro. Like you choose izvozvo ndizvako, bro.
Dila
nazvo.
Stay in your lane yatambotaura here.
ndaibata mukoma kudzi ndaibata but unoziva ndava ndangofunga something. unoziva pane statement randakabvunza rimwe gore so zvikanzi iyo imi mafesi mukaita mahandi munomboita mapati and then panoita blaza anenge achingoti guys ndakuorganize team kuti isvike tiongolozhe chiyandirira and then inini manje ndava ndafunga kuti mabhebhe anomboitawo tikachisati mapati toti mabhebhe vafunga kuti guys kanibodedzawo mafesi ambozonowa doro redu panapa chimaize but hey, who knows. Anyways, moving on. I'm not even gonna get into that story. It was just a thought pattern. Could markets. But anyway, I want to move on to the next. Trade. The next trade, and this one is going to the guys. Philandering. Right. Philandering.
What's it?
Who knows it? Philandering, bro.
Is that not a cricketer? I'm just joking.
Yes. I mean,
okay. No, expagorate. Chirungu ndakasiya ku all level.
Okay, nice. That's fine. So basically, this is men who are in a relationship, but he already basically kuhura. Just fancy for kuhura.
Okay.
Basically, that is a toxic trait. I mean,
yeah.
I think entanglement and makuya philandering. Confused, man.
Yes. For guys, it's called philandering. For girls, it's called entanglements.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. They had to make a word. We got a word as well for this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, philandering.
But I mean, generally, philandering. I don't think it's a good thing, to be honest. I feel like if you're in a relationship and you're philandering or outside, then clearly you got yourself in the wrong relationship. You're not ready for that. Need that thrill, hunt. You know what I mean? Just getting more and more girls. You know what I mean? I feel like that is dumb. Be satisfied with one woman. I think that's what I'm going to say here. But see, what's your take?
All right. I'm going to quote something that my old man told me when I was a young boy. It's not a popular opinion, but it is.
Was it during a spanking or what?
No. We touched him with a real talk. My old man was like, look, we're having a real talk, and he was like, listen, when you are macking on a girl, he didn't use the word macking, but kana uchinyenga, and you're urukunyenga for marriage, right? When you are pursuing your woman, right? You have to be sure that you have to understand that this is going to be forever, right? This is going to be it, and it has to be the right decision. So in essence, you have to make sure when you settle down, you say, this is my person, right? You are 100% sure and you have no doubt. The only way you can be 100% sure is if you're testing out the waters. And you know, pana Sandra, pana Sarah, pana Stacy, and you got these three S's. And then you date all three at the same time, then you remove the other two.
Wow.
So I'm not saying, so get me right on this one. I'm not saying that Kuura is a good thing, but I'm saying there should be a gap between dating and in a relationship kind of vibe. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you're going to be dating, you're dating. You've got three girls that you're talking to. You're seeing their compatibility. You're deciding who works for you and who works better. Then when you make the decision, you're good to, right, this is my person. You run with that and you go with it. So that's my point on philandering. I think philandering, I agree with you, it's bad. But my question would be, would it be philandering if I'm talking to 4 different girls at the same time?
At what stage? Yes.
I was philandering involves sexual activity.
Times have changed, dog. Like, Mazaya Tsamba to 4 different girls. Now you guys, there's WhatsApp, you're meeting up all the time. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
What are your thoughts on flip? Please, again, keep it short because I have got a lot to talk about. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, just like what you said, it's because, at what stage are you at? Are you dating, or you just told each other that we're going to be in a relationship, right? So if you tell each other that you're going to be in a relationship, then you don't have to do that, right? But I mean, if you're dating, things happen, right? If you're dating, things happen. You get to meet people, and things happen. And I mean, it happens to a lot of the people, and I see a lot of people getting upset when you're kind of dating someone and then they sleep with you, and because they sleep with you, you think you are now in a relationship. No, that's not it. So you have to come to that decision that we are now in a relationship. If you say we are now in a relationship, and you actually break those barriers that, hey, so you're not going to sleep with anyone, I'm not going to sleep with anyone. This is now the modern age, guys.
Yeah. I agree with
pasina matalks acho takangosangana tikanakizana kupati then mangwana makusina kuti mungodivhunisa tuita sei uda ndikutaurira kuti chii.
Yeah. If we haven't had the talk, then I mean, if we haven't defined it, then we're dating, bro. I'm seeing who I'm seeing, you're seeing who you're seeing. But if we're serious and we've said kuti tatese, abo, it's not
right.
Slandering.
I'm going to get into the more deeper aspects, right? Now I want to get into a more deeper trait. This one I'm going to go to Kudzi first, and I want him to really expurgate on my behalf, particularly on this issue, because Kudzi is the storyteller here, right?
Yeah.
So basically, this one trait, personally, I find it annoying as well. Okay, look, I'm not going to lie. I hate all the traits that are here. Like, they're annoying as all for me, right? But I want to talk about how women get into a relationship saying good what I Ndawana Kudzi Arab and Kudzi is this type of person. But once they get into the relationship, what's with the whole trying to change Kudzi into something different? What's with that? Let me explain. Maybe let me get you there to get you where I'm with the level I'm thinking. Maybe Kudzi, you drink quite a bit. Okay, a lot. But right? And then what in a relationship? You drink too much. What is up with the drinking? You need to look. It's too much, you're doing it too much, can you chill with that stuff? You know what I mean? What is up with that? And I noticed a lot of my friends have said that as well, that once they got into a relationship, you could, first of all, you would see whether they've changed. Second of all, you could see whether, you know what, because you got a paper boy, he's not the same. I don't know if there was a manager, even and I know we don't drink like teenagers anymore. I mean, 2 beers, 3 beers, but yeah. you know, I mean, Kuzi, what do you think? Before I keep going, because now to explain it and dig, but I want you, Kuzi, to try and tell
Ask a
me.
question. How to
What
answer
do you
question?
think?
First, to answer your question, I'm gonna ask you a question. It's just a yes or no answer.
Yes, sir.
Unoda baby, no one say where.
Maya.
Okay, okay. So let's start from there. So
That was unfair. That was unfair.
let's start
Okay.
from there. So I've come to understand. I've also come to understand certain things, right? It's like, so there are girls that are naturally controlling. That if you just do anything, they just want you to do something else. And there are girls that, let's say you're drinking, ndatokuona kuti musoyo wakadhakwa maybe ongolozha urove kana kuti unenge wakutongoitawo chimwe chizombi then unenge wakuti makisa unongeta saka anenge achiona zvimwe zvinhu zvekuti ukakwanisa kumbomira kana kuredusa zvinokwanisa kukubatsira. But of course I cannot say pane vanhu vasingangodiwo kuti iwewe umwe doro rako haangodiwo kuti ungoitiwo peace. You get what I mean? Because maguys takasiyana, vamwe vanhu todhakwa tongochila, you know what I mean? And then if I'm drunk, if I'm gonna you would never see me drunk. If I invite the closest people they know, if I'm drunk, I'll just go and sleep. That's what I do. So it's that type of vibe. You know just say that's the first thing. Antanga kurutsa bra undishamutsa kuti ndiye munhu watamboona here manje you know. And then there's just some people that just drink, bro. They just have a good time. So it just depends who you're dating too. Kadhakwa usabva wapo musikana wako ammunition one ungamba ammunition wadhakwawo ndizvozvo usaite problem kana akakudza kuti wadhakwa. But iwo kana uchidhinga pane vamwe vanongonetsawo variko ananhingirikini
but before you take over, no, thank you, Kuti, thank you very much. But before you take over, I just want to add on something. I want you to explain it more outside the drinking level now. Let's talk about real life, like real life shit, right? Like let's talk about the being you are now, right? Like, I mean, look, maybe let's talk about work-related aspects. Because about your job, I mean, try and take it from that perspective, maybe.
If I was to, let me take it, let's run away from the drinking thing. Let's take just from generally wanting to change someone into something that you want. Right? I think it comes from two sides. First of all, I would like to believe that although you may be calling it a negative or toxic trait, but I think it comes from a place of love. If the relationship is genuine, it comes from a place of love. Like, take for instance, if it's not your girlfriend, right? I think maybe we need to take away the mindset, which is coming from my girlfriend, so I don't change. But look at it from a point of view, like, let's say if it is your sibling or your parent who's giving you certain advice about things that they want for you to change in your life. My dad was come to me and say, Mfana, let's come back to the drinking thing. Mfana ukunyanya kunwa, you know. He would tell me because he's seen something. You know, if my mom comes and says, are you sure you want to be staying in this deadbeat job for the next year? You know, look for something different. You are better than that. You get what I'm saying? It's coming from a place of love. In the same vein, I don't want to think that, yes, of course, my times, but it's still that peace of mind. Yeah? But I don't know. There's something about, I mean, I'm genetics so good. I don't go no far away. But I don't go no far. But besides that, I'm just saying, it comes from a place of love most of the time. If your relationship is genuine, and maybe what girls need to learn is how to deliver that message or how to put it across in the sense that usanpe attitude, you know, like, babe, let's not drink today. Let's have a sober day. What do you think? Do you get what I'm saying? There's a way of giving you that advice to better your life because it's coming from a place of love and punish our own. So I wouldn't say it's toxic. Maybe the way it's portrayed or the way it's then given to you as information and as advice may come across as confrontational or whatever. But I don't think it's toxic in that sense.
Okay.
Because I
Diplomatic
believe in
answer.
markets, I'm going to talk about the other side.
There you go.
Because I believe in markets, I'm going to talk about the other side. So it comes from a place of love, and it depends who's telling you that as well. I've just been a fan of, I'm very receptive to like criticism. Nakanduudza kuti zvakadhakwa. Pandauziva kuti why ona ende iwe wazvona zvakadhakwa iwe uri kuitei ende uri kuitei neupenyu hwako iwewe usati wapinda mangu inini. And then I'll kind of see, like I'm not ignorant. I'm just cool. Where is it coming from, right? Like I want to know. Can I always need motor and good driver? Yakadakwa. Uri kukombea neani and uri pa stage papi like wambonzwa here sendi nayo motor yoyo. And I've met people that have said a lot of shit. People that have like been in a relationship with me in different stages of my life, and I keep them close, some of them, because I want them to see where I am now. And it's because sometimes I sometimes you've got your own path of life, right? I've dated a girl that was very rich, very, very rich, and she kind of told me when we broke up that I was gonna build you. I was gonna build you to be something. And you see that kind of mentality is a little bit, messed up, because it's not like when I dated her I wanted anything. I'm not that person. I can date a very rich girl and I don't want that. My friends, the people that are very close to me know that. I don't care. But it's about the value.
We know this. Yeah, we know this because we're very close to you. We know this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pane vanhu vanozongoita look down upon whatever you're doing, no matter what, because they're trying to compare you to someone else that they want to date, but then that person that they want to date doesn't want them. So there certain aspects in you, and they want to build you to be that person. It's very psychological. It's really sad to say, but maybe that she has a vision of someone. Have you ever heard of someone that will have sex with you thinking of someone else? That is real, guys.
Really? What?
That's my fantasy.
Mayam dara.
I think I got into the one John Cena GG ways.
Saka iwe vanenge achirova ngulo zvineveka. But iwe vakurova nongulo zvineveka. Pfungwa dzake hadzisi ipapo. Dziri uku.
Nishogaya kana Rihanna mdara. Bad girl, Riri. Hey.
Anyways, I'm gonna move on. Because I think we digress. We're digressing right there. So I'm gonna bring it back. I'm just gonna bring it back real quick, right? So the next one, I'm setting it to the wow. So the next one, I'm gonna take it to the guys, right? So I'm gonna touch on something that we know that we suck at. We're not very good at this as men, and I feel like it really affects a lot of relationships, even my old relationships as well. It has been kind of mentioned that, Chris, you don't do this pretty well. What I'm talking about is poor communication. We suck at this, not generally the texting itself or the calling or whatever, but actually communicating on stuff that is real and important in your relationship. Like, say for example, you are planning to do something, like maybe go on a vacation. Instead of planning together, you just rush to, wochinja metse dzese wobwaningirikina woplana weki wozongochutsa munhu cha otiketire ndege takutoenda waize. I think it's bad, as well as even like a more back to home example would be a situation whereby just generally communicating with, I'm going out, or would you look, I'm going out now, could nabati tumbe na my drinks, we'll talk later.
Banga bacho nengo avoid my problems, jamani. You shamari. You shamari.
Love, man.
I get you.
I told you. I'm going to do that.
Bruh. This gender.
Bruh. Banga bacho, you're just avoiding fights, because you're gonna say, okay, I'm gonna go and see Batsy and Chris, and these are my boys, and the owners of the chi. This is something to like is what I've heard a girl this coming week. Let me know where you wanna meet me so that I can slot you, because my calendar is getting full. And I know and it because I'm a guy, I'm like, no, you're gonna calendar and whatever. Because I'm a very spontaneous planner. Like sometimes I can just say, but not Chris right now. Punishing Jimbo, you don't know, and it's no good. You know what I mean? I'm a guy, right? I'm gonna do things like that, and sometimes njitanga to text around about zina Chris and go buda back getting this na plan. Do to buy. But manje ukada kuudza munhu manje muna utanga kutaura kuti una iwewe saka iwe usada spend the time neni saka manje yacho yatoi political it's now saka unozongona zviri nani ningobaya nozongosenda text kuti ndinabatsi na Chris.
Those problems depends busy and Chris nabatsi ona mawe ndo mafesa kundo ari kudzidza musikanzwa waize cheta kutaura kuma group chat uko zvaku
mu community dating momo
discuss
because we have it a lot of us tese takamakamaga nevasikana vamwe vanhu because ndozvingoripo bro
but it's not good. That's what I'm saying. It's not good. That's not cool. But anyways,
if you're okay, my question now would be: if you're in a relationship, right? If you're in a relationship, you're okay. How can I put? You're expected to be spending time with your woman, right? Like, so why not say hende tese kuna Chris?
Boys' time is boys' times, bro.
We don't
But point yangu is if you spend enough time with her, right? She shouldn't worry about you wanting to spend time with your boys. Do you understand what I'm saying? Unless
what is enough time?
What is enough time? That's a good question. Thank you.
That's now enough time. That now depends on your person. That now depends on your person. If your person wants to be with you and you know your person, your person wants to be with you every single day,
guys.
Every single day. Those are
okay, it still comes back to markets. So pane vanhu vekutongotika anotongobva padheni because munhu vakanonetsa bro
vari vese ndorambane kana uchinetsana mudara ndozvataura it's toxic
but ndopa unenge uchifila safe ka unenge uchingofila safe you know pana do you know there's a certain guy out there who married. I've heard someone say ichi chiri bogorora ichi like chiri bogorora ichi like like
I think
I've heard things like that, but then you get in this predicament that you roar someone like that. You know what I mean? Wow. But then that's not what you really attracted to. You're attracted to that outspoken lady that's probably a lawyer and she's probably 32 she's at her peak.
Sorry, all 32-year-old lawyers, you are being summoned. Hello.
So you get to that point whereby unacho mdara, right? Chiri apa mdara, mind stimulating and whatever. But wakayo decision yako based on ndikuda munhu wekuroora wepadeni. In this modern world, it will not work. Because iwo wakuzobva padeni wakutiza manje uchi. Wakunyeba wakugadzira makalenda yako mukalenda yako wekalenda wakuvhoisa Saturday mudara uvhoisa 5 hours. I'll be with Bob and ukanetsa nemukadzi ubva ngomundisha refer to my calendar. Usikona mana ndiri shama. Andrikona wakubva utanga kutsvaka zvima excuse manje wakunotsvaga vamwe vanhu vakunakidzwa navo, but you know when you come back you are safe because mudzimai wepadeni. That's wrong.
Yes, that immediately renders that relationship toxic because you're in it for the wrong reasons. You're in it. It comes back to that definition we spoke about at the beginning. It's wrong. You're in the wrong relationship with the wrong person.
If you're dating your best friend, I don't think it's too hard. Body. I know what good end. Both are on Chris. Chris achangomutaurira kuti mazuva ano asimba waiziya uri kuchengeta waiziya saka aone boys nguva so I mean there are certain parties. If you're going to come with your wife, I'll come with my wife, Chris will come with his wife, then it's going to be a vibe. But if I'm going to come with my wife and 3 boys,
yeah. Okay. Let's move on. I think we've spoken deeply about this, guys. Just learn to communicate with your partners. And ladies, stop nagging too much. Give the guy a break, okay? Give the guy a break. But then we're gonna move on, right? I want to touch on this one because guys, this is it's both funny and sad. That's what I think.
Fad.
I don't know if any of you have ever received an apology from a woman. Sorry, I was wrong. Just those words, guys. Guys,
I have.
Uh,
I have.
I
I
have.
have.
In,
I have.
I think
yeah.
I have
Baby,
received
baby,
apology.
baby, I got a friend. I got a friend.
Ah,
Baby,
yeah,
sorry.
it's
Guys,
but unaona, let me that one is I've received apologies before, but I've always noticed that it takes a lot. It takes so much, and they try to run away from the actual. Unza kutiza nyaya kuti ushike pasori waize. As in, I think there's a lot of sorry no netsa kubuda pamkadzi. I know it's a rough,
I know it's
but
Buddha.
Buddha. I won't say I say Jambo Buddha. I've heard stories before. Those who've said sorry to me, they know themselves. I know it, but
inobuda kana iwewe wambonyarara mbijana unofana kumbori waka silent protest.
Yes.
So sometimes audi kuti unyanye kutaurisa wana because ukanye kutaurisa unotaura zvisizvo unongonyarara so ukangonyarara so unozongona munhu wakambonyarara zve2 days ungoti
ungotizi anozi that's
wombomuti iribo pane vanhu vari kukutexta iribo imbo reply ivavo
taura nevavo
tozosangana after 2 days ungoti nothing nothing, bro, because sometimes you need to establish your value as a person too.
Yeah.
If someone cannot apologize to you for doing something bad, I've got a very big ego, but very humble. When it comes to someone disrespecting me, I will activate that ego. I will still not just stand up happy, because if I'm wrong, I'm one person that's clever enough to say I'm sorry. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Even if I vent and I do whatever.
I wouldn't remember that it's in our genetics.
I'm sorry.
It's in our genetics.
Mostly end up ambopuruzirwa, but sorry kana aiwa. Na sontaurira kuti sorry ndakatadza chakati like how I do.
Guys, the reason why I put this on the list of toxic traits is then panyaya back to nyaya widzo na ntengolo ya uyu chiri
hana kutomba apologize amdala
kana ka one kuti wo sorry right chamarira
maybe vakaitana sorry in closed doors but
kwa ku bedroom, yeah, but then I feel like at least the feminist friends of mine are saying, dude, she has nothing to apologize for. I mean, hey,
she does not have anything. She does not have anything to apologize for.
I disagree.
We're not getting into this. I disagree. I feel like she has to apologize for the shit.
If the tables were turned, a guy would be expected to at least have the decency in him to say sorry, to say I am sorry for this.
No, wait. If we're separated, if we agree, right, that we are separated. What does that mean?
Yeah, but the entanglement continued till after they were separated. When they even came back together, the entanglement was still there. If they were separated, then it shouldn't even be an issue.
Anyways, guys, no, we're not talking about Nkoma Widzo, but you get my point. You get my point. My point was like, there was no form of Wakadzi, they can't apologize. That's the honest truth, guys. It's not in their genetics, it's more in ours. Usually in sorry ngoti nyaya pere. Vanhu munoziya skill yacho. Yongoti manetsana vongona nyaya pere ukasati sorry kwashaona.
Sorry, uyautore mani.
Sorry ja.
Yotore chisapa.
But I really do encourage kulei these guys. Anyways, we're moving away from the apologetics and the apology. Chapakura. Right. Anyways, I'm going to talk about another one on the guy's side, right? I also think this is very bad, and it leads to so many things that we've been speaking about. That is but it's okay. Let's keep moving. Like it leads to a lot of things that we've been speaking about, like gender-based violence, depression, and all that stuff. And this is controlling. A lot of men out there are now very controlling in their relationships. kuudza mukadzi wako time yekupinda mumba, kuudza mukadzi wako kuti, well, even your girlfriend, kumurambidza kuenda out, kumurambidza kutaura nananingi kana kumuratidza kuti kuposta certain things. I feel like that is a level of controlling. For starters, ndiwamutengera data racho here rekuposta. You know what I mean? Although mangu unozona macomments kuti anoperera kuinbox kana kuti vanhu vanoziyana vasina kupfeka zvavo, but you know, it's a scenario yekuti you will be in a position to control mwana wavaridzi generally, and I think that is very bad. I think it's very toxic.
Kudzidotanga ndopinda.
All right, so atanga bazi.
Right.
Makusla.
In terms of controlling, I think this one is a bit of a tricky one, in the sense that similar to similarly to that one, in the sense that where is it coming from? It's not like I'm telling you to stop doing something. Yes, I understand there's some insecurities that lead some niggas to be overly controlling and we are kumba. No. That's a span. That's a lot. But I think in every relationship, like you can't, if I don't want, how can I put it across? I don't want certain things to be happening with my girlfriend. Because yes, all right, it's your body, you can do what you want, it's fine, that's great. But there's certain things that maybe you shouldn't do it in a controlling manner. But if you're in a relationship, you should communicate. So let's communicate better. When it comes across as controlling, right? If I come to you and if I come to my baby and I say, stop doing this, I don't like it, or don't talk to Ningi, that's out of order. But if I come to you like, but really, what's your relationship Nabati though? Like, yo.
But you know how that conversation goes. You
yeah,
know
he's
how
my
that
friend.
conversation
my friend.
goes.
He's my friend.
And you say he's just a friend. You know that song?
Yeah.
That's how that conversation plays out. He's just my friend.
But
you know,
already you've already
fighting. It will lead to a whole fight.
No, my point is the way you communicate certain things makes it easier for that change to come across. If I tell you right now, stop talking to Ninga, I don't like the way they're talking to you, they're never gonna stop. And it will come across as Bakona.
Anyway.
But if you say, Sha, I'm not comfortable with that relationship, it's cool, I'm not gonna force you to do anything you don't want to do.
But it's okay.
It comes back to communication.
It depends on the person, man. Like,
yeah.
You see, some friendships are very toxic too. Like, I've always told every girl that I've dated that even if you introduce me to your male friend, he's probably not gonna like me, because you know, I don't come unless if it's your brother or your relative, your male friends, Maya, right? When it comes to controlling factors, right, there are guys that I know that are very controlling, to the extent of saying in Induloti, 11 p.m. and stuff. Some do it because of previous relationships, so they're just projecting it on you, and then therefore mommy say it's bad, right? And then another guy would date a girl last week out like there are some behaviors that you know right? You're just protecting your relationship. You love her. Every other aspect of her life is good for like Kwauri, but so sometimes you have to control certain things. But you can't control. Can be, women are smarter than us. It's also the way we think we are clever and stuff. We go and do whatever. Mkazi can do it 10 times more. Panojifunga kutaina notenga madomasi pepe ndobautofunga kuti andiri safe. Maya mdara. They can do it either way. So it just depends who you're dating, bro. Ukangoona kuti ukongoona kuti nechiongoro changu ichi ndichekukira pagedhi, yango pressure yako gara nayo. But angosangobuda anytime.
And to add to that now, controlling yacho, if you look at it from this point of view, what are you safeguarding? Do you get what I'm saying? What
Yeah.
do you? Why are you even safeguarding it? I'll give an example. I dated this girl a lot of years ago, and I she wanted to do something that I knew if she did this, and she went and similar to Yekuwaine. If she went and did that, it was going to be my one, right? I didn't want to control her to say, don't do this, because it'll come across like I'm a controlling person. I was like, sure, these are the pros and cons, right? I communicated that, this is what I think will happen. This is what can happen. Don't do it because of this. But if you decide to do it, hey, that's your decision. And she decided to do it. The second she came back, we broke up. Do you get what I'm saying? Because what I had said was going to happen, happened. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what are you safeguarding by being controlling? Well, what's the point? Because at some point in time, your control is not going to be adequate enough. And that thing that you're trying to safeguard from is going to happen anyway. Saka, I've been on position. Saka, why control?
When I'm sitting like this, I've got something
Saka,
to say
why
now.
control in the first place? Let it happen the way it's supposed to happen, and you might be saving your ass.
Fair enough. But I think maybe we just scratched the surface when it comes to controlling men. Because, guys, I think maybe from a perspective, from your perspective, it's more of like you're looking at the pros and cons. That's a normal and a human being who communicates.
Yeah.
Right? A nice guy. Nice. Do you think he's going to communicate like you? I don't think so. He's gonna be naturally controlling. You know what I mean?
So some guys have a lot of insecurities.
That's what I'm talking about.
There's some guys have a lot of insecurities. I've been at a party whereby
when it comes to rap list, but it's okay.
Like some guys are like that, right? Whereby maybe some guys got low self-esteem and they just think like but vakabuda kunze unozoona matrades manje kuti ari kuudza madhamu ake because dzimwe nguva isusu tikaenda mapati ona tianyo tambe stereki nemabebi tichitaura nyaya dzine musoro saka tisi boys rakagara pakona richedzira chitaura but nechitaura nyaya dzine musoro saka iwo kazhinji kacho kana bhebi rako rikauya iyo nyaya dzacho hamunazo taure stereki its mind stimulating rinokwanisa kungogravitate kune boys riri kutaura izvozvo saka kune boys yekuti kana musikana wangu akanotaura nemumwe munhu just kungotaura just kungotaura iwewo mufesa kutaura naye wape mahwane baby racho rap mawan. You get my point? So now, depending on, the guy, mskana acha gravitated towards a very fruitful conversation, right? The guy's gonna feel kuti, because of a shallow mind. And because I need low self-esteem, you here and there. And sometimes are very provocative, they'll even come closer and you even like, you know what I mean? So sometimes it depends on the chick too. There's some chicks that I've met, very guarded and whatever. This is just a conversation. Apart from that. But the guy is standing there and the guy is very much uneasy. Very much uneasy because I don't watch Kodiji, people don't want to buy on. But when the uneasy because people very close. I mean, people very close. And I very close. It's not like it's a pit or ambience. Right? Before you know it, it's a problem. So it just depends with the guy too.
My insecurity. My insecurity is ball. But it is toxic. Controlling, there's a lot of controlling men out there without reason sometimes. Without any reason. You know, do you get what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of toxic controlling traits in a lot of men as well. But I'm saying in the sense that I think the other side is also true. Because sometimes we're controlling personality. Like there's no need for you to be controlling. But also you're controlling because there is not only are you insecure about maybe you've got past my previous or something like that, right? But you're also insecure. Maybe you're just insecure because this one, and you think every nigga's gonna make on her. That one is a tough one.
But
Yeah, whatever the case may be, was you wanna own a baby real? What? Man, I'm saying, guys, that's stress. Every nigga can go put up an apple. Yeah, baby, I'm go put up an apple. Where's our taris?
But also, like, just in conclusion,
that's why I'm not a fan of those slave queens, bro. I
didn't say slave queen. I didn't say slave queen.
No, I'm saying there's a woman, right? There's a woman that's not a slave queen, right? A slave queen is, okay, my definition of slave queen is very flawed. It's muskana dakunye kwa sterik.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Muskana dakunye kwa sterik. I don't know and I'm like, but like I understand, but serious. You get what I mean? That you can't even kiss your girl because she's saying she's got makeup. You know what I mean? Serious. So it depends who you are with. Very guarded. And makeup yake and whatever, you know what to bow and it.
Yeah.
But the chimwe chikuti unodana nemwe pa Instagram wakaona ane 25,000 followers. Obuda naye panza apa. Saka unofunga kuti unongori weke.
Exactly. Saka,
speaking of Instagram, guy, Tombo mono like all page you do by Instagram, but go on.
But my point is on that one, yes, if you are going to be with a woman with 25,000 followers and slay queen, what by your definition, then that's your bed, by laying it. Don't be insecure. I see target market insecurity.
Exactly.
Don't be insecure about it. Stay away.
Okay.
Because you're gonna be toxic.
And then we'll go back to Will.
Exactly.
Right? The reason why I think Will took Jada from Tupac, bro. Like, you know, from that vibe.
Yeah, we all know who killed Tupac. We all know who killed Tupac.
I would advise you to withdraw Delela.
No, they're not coming to Zimbabwe to deal with me. We know who killed Tupac.
If August dies anytime soon, then we now know who killed Tupac.
Let's go back. Let's bring it back. God damn it.
Will should have stayed in his lane. Okay, fine.
That's what take I'm done with Mamnyanyira as guys. I'm Mamnyanyira. Me interested. We understand. I mean, we spoke very much about. I'm going back to the ladies, by the way, and I think I'm going to just touch on two more toxic traits from both parties. And the one toxic trait, the last one I'm going to talk about, is going to be more on both parties, right?
Yeah.
But then there is this particular one, which personally I know it affects a lot of men out there, and I'm sorry for you guys for suffering through these particular situations.
Yeah.
But what is up with women? We talked about apologizing. All right, we apologize, right? One more apologize. You fucked up, maybe, right? You apologize to your babe. Look, baby, sorry. And then Madaro, baby. 7 months down the line, you know, you do something, but then it's not that, and you're fighting. But Pepe, why did you do that? This is. I feel like it's a toxic trait. Because we're saying, why are you bringing up old shit? I thought you have forgiven me and we've moved on from that shit. Why are you bringing it back up? Right?
Answer question yo. I don't want to debate
yeah, shame. Yeah, look, forgive and forget is not a real thing. Forget about it. Forgive and forget. Forgive, maybe it's not even the real thing. It's deal with.
Let's move on.
Deal with and let's move on. I'll now forgive her and I'll not forget her. It's deal with and let's move on. Because I'm yet to. This is why we say sorry so much, you know, because
you don't want to deal with it.
Apana forgive and forget. A woman is like a diary. She will not forget. You cannot delete those pages. You cannot erase them. She's written it down. She knows it happened, and she's not going to let it go. She can deal with it and move on, but don't you for a second think that she's forgotten it. Forgive and forget is not a real thing. And I don't think it should even be on your list of traits because it's not going to change. It's never going to change. Just deal.
So are you saying if they cannot forgive and forget, then that's making me not want to be open with her when it comes to very pertinent things.
No.
That I think, because
she can move on. She can let go and move on. She can deal with it. No, deal with it and move on. But if you do the same thing again, it's not going to be like the first.
It doesn't even have to be the same thing. It could be something totally unrelated.
The first thing. Yes. It will be unrelated. Like, who's the autumn 25 November 2017? You know what I mean? Did you work at the did you work at Bata?
Bro,
11:39 p.m. Pepe Patrick Sukamumba Pepe digital and
and it's at na memory agarum dara Tina. Encyclopedia mdara. Students companion mdara. Students companion. It's got kangano. I see, but I'm saying that one here, I before I win. I somebody toxic trait you. You ain't got the men, women.
How are you winning?
It is what it is, but that's just one of those things. Bro.
Just like how us men, we have selective hearing.
It's true, I love that.
You remember what you want to remember. And you know it's birthday, anniversary, and some just as
celebrate a monthly anniversary. The guys got on child. Anyways.
Aisha, in that room, celebrate my monthly. I'm already excited.
And maybe one toxic thing that I was going to talk about is that as men, we know we choose to. So we might forget certain things. I don't think we are very forgetful. We just choose to forget, and we have selective hearing. And then bullshit most of the time, bro. I'll be there. Physical.
Manchester United.
Next episode here BW the one of manage run with the so I do at I'll be very late, then I'll be like
yeah, right.
You were right. You
were
right.
Right.
But I see right man, you guys. My ladies, I don't know sense. Abonabo.
Yeah, but you can filter. You can't take everything. You have to filter certain things.
Conversation here 1 hour. One hour. Something.
What are you trying to say? In one hour episodes are like an hour long, but like.
But this is what we're disseminating information to the masses.
All right.
We are like your brothers. We are brothers with voices.
All right. So
we're different. At this lecture. Yeah, they must listen and follow Instagram. But anyway, there's another issue again that I would like to touch on, and we're going back to the guys now. And this is probably the last one before we get into the combined toxic trait. This is irresponsibility. There are a lot of men I feel like that they're irresponsible, right? Irresponsible in the sense that once they're in their relationship, they just like forsake all life and responsibility levels. Like they're just like, you know what, fuck it. They cannot be irresponsible about their own life. You know what I mean? I feel it is toxic in the sense that men then don't actually work properly in that scenario. Like brain functioning, I think in ghetto dark at that point. You know what I mean? I don't know what you think. Maybe it's not a toxic trait. That's why we're trying to debate it out, find out what's going on.
In what sense? That you
need to pinpoint.
Like in what sense? Because if a man becomes a little bit lazy about certain things, what things though? And mukadzi wacho arinoita sei kuti muri madaro, because you see pane madhamdham ekuti anangane mukadzi wake anoprovide everything, then iye ada kuti angada kuaboda that equality, but mazi aasi mudaro hatorina bag, saka iye akada kutongochila otongoproviderwa nebhebi. But in what sense? Let's say in I'm working, you're working, like in what sense?
Yeah, give us an example of what you're trying to say.
All right, irresponsibility. What can I say? What do you define irresponsibility as? Maybe I think I would say a scenario whereby the husband or the boyfriend, rather, those chingeta musha. For example, once in the
Huggies.
relationship,
We have to
that's
talk about
irresponsibility.
personal hygiene too. Yeah.
Yeah, personal hygiene. We need a whole topic on that.
Hey, maybe that's a whole
Niggas
level
gezai,
of
man.
Right. So basically, I think
that's
that's
actually
also
another one. I'll talk about that. Yeah.
Okay, maybe you go first. I'll you can come back.
Okay,
You know what? I don't know if it's controlling, if the controlling trait, but I'm sorry, I don't know if it's a controlling trait, but ndakamboita fight nechimwe chipepe chandajeta nacho kuti inandiswira zvekuchecheudzwa ini, right? But anga pressure ndichecheudzwa, you don't love me, you're not doing this for me. I'm like, that's my thing, bro. Like, I ain't gonna cut it, right? I don't want. It's my decision. It's my bird.
You need to cut it.
It's my bird. My rituals.
I think it means scenario.
I don't know what happens to it, but we need to have an episode with the doctor. What are the benefits, the negatives? I need to understand, because
like
sexual
pleasure.
And in my belief of kuchecho it's just a healthy, part of living when it comes to your engagement and how it can contact.
You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, but because zvirwere zvawanda right now, zvirwere hanzi zviri kubatira pane kakanda kamuri kuda kuramba nako, pane kaganda kamuri kuramba nako kuti kakacheka
andikangu But anyway, yeah, Chris, you were saying, I just had to get that off my chest.
Stay with your chest, man. Yeah, so basically, back to irresponsibility as a
oh, damn.
I can't even continue with this one anymore, but it's just fucked it up for me. I can't. Look, I'm just gonna skip irresponsibility altogether now and just move on.
But irresponsible if you don't cut your hair on that.
I'm gonna talk about.
But you gotta cut it though. You gotta cut the man though.
You are gonna check Oh my gosh, listen to his voice, and he's got a cut on Galoj.
We need a professional for that. We need a professional for that one, because we need to
bring someone in for that.
We need to bring someone in for that one. We need someone.
Cool.
Right. So basically, I'm going to touch on.
Anyway,
I want to touch on the work husband and the wife, the work wife. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue, please. Continue.
The work wife and the work husband, guys. Look, you know what a work wife is, right? You know what a work husband is, right?
No, yeah. Explain.
Right.
I guess.
All right. A work husband.
For those who don't.
A work husband. A work spouse, rather, let's just call them a spouse, like it's a spouse. You're in a relationship or entanglement, or you are dating your mans, or whatever the case may be, right? And then he's your go-to buddy or she's your go-to buddy. Everything you do office so it's like, and then not Robbie, Robbie like Robbie is gonna be the name Susan kind of carry that in that particular household. And the reason why I'm calling it out as a trait, I know like trait really normally relates to character rather than behavior, but I feel like this is also toxic in a relationship. Having a work husband in a certain way, because work husband cannot work wife a certain life but in that scenario, I'm finding it, toxic behavior. When I know it's on both parties, do you believe in what I'm saying, or you think I'm off?
I think you're
Because
onto
they're
something.
marrying, yeah, they are marrying the people that so we're not really compatible. So pandemic kind of tip at the end, we're not that compatible. So
Something's lacking.
something is lacking
Something's missing.
because there's this guy from work. He's probably very married too, but he's coming on with his problems, and then one we run out graft.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is we run out graft. There's not something that will project kuti relationship yavo inezenge yakaita sei kana vari relationship. A weak relationship whereby they'll probably start by venting kuti kudini kwangu engagement kudini kwangu chakati, and then they'll meet for that common reason yekuti tiri kuvhenta. But it's because pane chikuleka udheni, and because pane chikuleka udheni pane zvamamusina kunyanya kubudirana stereki pakudanana.
But create
That's why
create a
loophole akawandisa stereki. When you date someone that you're not really compatible with, you create loopholes. Saka loopholes yo anongozongofiliwa kugraft, then mamwe anozongofiliwa kana maybe mukadzi wako anongoendawo kuma-meeting ozongosangana nerimwe zi-offer meal ririko, and all of a sudden out was not kuvarume ndozvavanotoita futi izvi, you know what I mean? Ozoti manje kudhini kwangu mufisi wangu akutati ma-opportunities, but ndine riziblazi rapa rokutondiudza kuti ma-opportunities roda kutoemploya vanhu, but iwe kuti uchienda nemurume wako kuti mufisi uyu ada graft, mufisi uyu ari kukuda futi, saka zvakunetsa futi. Unoziva kuti unenge wapa nguva yekuti I'm sure women go through phases of thinking kuti saka mufisi uyu is very powerful, saka ngwasa kungopinza mufisi wangu pachena, but mufisi wangu ari padheni uya hapana paachambofa akati iwewe waona. Saka
pride,
zvakasiyana. Yeah, there's a lot of pride futi mumafesi oona kuti ina handingapuhwe futi dhiri nemwe mufesi wandarongerwa nemukadzi wangu.
Yeah, pride.
You know what I mean? So pride yedu futi yakawandisa, but sometimes inini ndinoti futi inoshanda because blazi ye pamwe ada kucheka futi bhibi rako. Saka zenguva inini handidi kuti zvinhu one-sided, bro. Like I want to see it from both sides.
They're no angels.
So they're no angels. So plus here maybe you just want to prove the point. You probably even employ you kuti akuratidze kuti ndiani boss manje. Ubva kuti iwe shanda Saturday. Ibira ko barudza kuti ibira ko barudza kuti hande kugraph
the world oppose, the world needs you to be on balance.
Naturally.
Kune zvibaba here zviri pamusoro apa.
Exactly.
All right, okay, makes sense. But what's your take, mate?
I'm not gonna take Mdara, sorry.
Urupo, you don't need to say anything.
Swim. Can this cup, please?
You pass me.
Right?
Fair enough. I mean, I was gonna also get into more of these, but hey, because Nanyora Bugu Nazir my traits are so
my traits are introspection.
No, actually, weirdly enough, I actually did interviews with several people discussing these things. So I was picking one from each person at the end of the day.
Okay.
That's how I managed to come up with this. So don't think it's my own opinion. Of course, Pane Angwa and the air, like for example, and also it thought I'm going to gaslighting later my baby. So it was we call it gaslighting. Yeah.
Why
yeah.
she was sparking a fire like we haven't. There's a girl once said to me, we haven't fought in like 2 weeks. This feels weird.
What the fuck?
I'm like, but I don't fight though. I don't like fighting. It's now we need to fight about something. But confrontation, it has to happen. Why is it?
I think it's the most attractive thing about people. You know, like you need to fight about something, come to a resolution, and work through it. Yes, you need to have,
after the fight. After the fight.
Those makeup sex. It's not passionate. It's not passionate.
No. Sometimes we're not getting, sometimes you know what, you may no communicator and you think you're getting through to your chick. Sometimes you just have to get that moment, man, where you fight and you sit down and you actually tell each other more apa ne apa. Both of you actually realize it up and until off can't we
Just schedule it, just schedule it. How do you fight when it's when it?
aringotaura ukasema jokes kuti pane something chikuleka man tifana kunyanya anga chingopa compliment tikufarana stereki tifana kumbodendana but me muri romantic amuka nema kuzonyanya kaka saka akutaura kuti kane romance yamukutipa ika takufana kumbonetsana mani because tikasanetsana manje neromance yakuzoendesa kume kunhu kwatisingade but singazogone kubva
fight they'll take that shit for granted. Romance ninge yangu kuita unge standard.
Mufana mbonetsana so. Kukweshana.
Watiko Chris.
Kukweshana zviri okay.
Whilst on the topic of kukweshana and ongolojis and everything, the tarisa manje ziso one writer so the tarisa ma notes wise. Kana ndaona ka note pa number 3 hapo. Yanganzi ongoloji before and after marriage.
Saga urguti.
Guys, look, I'm just trying to find out. I don't know. I don't think this is a toxic trait or anything. I don't know why I put it there, but then somebody mentioned it to me. So it's debatable, right? Kuti ongoloji muna sat arora anengachirova anengachitina dzini guys kuti tina chaiko kuyandisi. And then after guys niggas adava unongonza once a week wakuiswa pa schedule.
Oh right, I see what you mean.
I'm so Tuesday. Tongoloja when I'm ovulating, GGG type of situation.
Ipapo pane era manje.
It not depend on you ongoloji yako kuti yakamira sei.
Besides that point yangu ndengoti ongoloji is not, you should not stop or start or be more intense. I think zvinema it just depends with the relationship with your person, man. I think after marriage that shouldn't be an issue. You should mungo continue zvamaingoita. Kana mamusikarove ngoloji pasina. Mungo continue shamwari.
No. See, start Chris. You see.
About you know, Njana no control ongoloji.
Yeah, I know. That's what I get to. That's what I get to.
No control. All the niggas who are watching right now. If you do not control ongoloji.
You do not control that, bro.
You don't control ongoloji.
So before my face, I'm sure my face, dating and whatever, you can do ongoloji, whatever, like, however you want to do it. It comes to a point even in that relationship whereby ongoloji is now determined by her, bro.
You don't control na madonna.
Imudi yavari ndo inofana kuongoloji, ndo inofana kucontrola ongolojment. Ikote yako hiyo, because you yako. Una basa, bro. Una basa. And you.
I've been waiting for this for so long.
Apa iye manje makanetsana nezuro iye ndiye akufana kuti story manje but iwe ndiwa kuda chi ongoloji saka iwewe manje ndiye unozoti story
kuti wane ongoloji
iyo ndo controlling kana pane controlling iri toxic ndiyo iyo ongoloji. You know what, it should be like this chero tanetsana sega ongoloji apana zvayatadza mudara. Tozodhila nema-issues edu mangwana but ongoloji
you're not attractive right now. You're not attractive right now.
What was my attractiveness not to do? I didn't ask it.
Well, because it's not. You see, there's a difference between a king and and making love, right?
We don't have to make love all the time, bro.
No, there's a difference between
we don't have to make
two.
love all the time now.
Tell me a nigga who likes making love. Come on, guys. Come on.
I do.
Bro, I've been waiting for this for so long. Nigga just exposed. It's like, hey, Chris, we got.
So there's a difference between the two. So when you then put them aside, I mean, you know, the woman just doesn't want to do it because they can do it. You know, they have to get through certain ambiances to get there. It's a process for you to get there. Saka ndakaramba pa gender based violence kuti munhu anobva kubhawa osvika mukadzi wake akarara ongosvika ongoti tyo like really, you know what I mean?
I'm not. You don't need to laugh, but sound effect yako yabuda hapo ya. Chiko ere mdala chiko.
Guys, we're just being real.
Yeah, no.
This
Yeah,
episode
yeah,
is gonna be no under 18. We have to put a disclaimer to that.
Yeah.
But we have to talk about these issues, guys.
No,
we have to.
I want my
We
kids
have
to see
to.
this stuff, bro. It's not no under 18. They need to know this stuff, bro.
They need to know this stuff, man, because takakura tichizvinyima but tifana kuzviziva zviri.
Unoita ma
Kuti
surprise.
mukadzi haangosvikirwi ongosvika ongoti ndasvika ona unofana kungo zvinofana kuoma saka kana even mune maproblems panguva iyoyo ingoti sorisha mari because hey,
okay. I want to give you guys one more closing statements because I'm about to end this now. I'm gonna give you Batsy first. Say your closing statement, man, about toxic traits. What do you think are the solutions to that? Do you think there's a way people can fix themselves to get better at it? Should they go for therapy, or should they stick to what they do best and stay toxic? I guess because I toxicity relationship
but yeah,
what's your take?
All right, so I think, look, in conclusion, on my end, I would say 2 points. First thing, if you are in the wrong relationship, you're going to be in a toxic relationship in some different way, right? So pick the right person, right? Pick your best friend. Kuzi's been advocating for the longest time. I think since we started. Pick your best friend, right? Pick someone you get along with. Just don't attract yourself to toxic people to your persona. You can feel or tell if this is not compatibility and you're just doing it because of the toxicity may not be there initially, but it's gonna come out at some point in time. And secondly, I had the second point. It was very important, but I've forgotten it and I shall go. No, wait, I've gotten it. Work on yourself before anything. Yeah, before you get into relationship, if it takes 5 years in this if it's 10 years in this if it takes 2 months in this but just work on yourself so that you know that when you're getting into a relationship, you know what you're looking for and you know what you want. That way you're going to pick the right person. Then the toxicity will not be a factor for you. So yeah, work on yourself.
And Kudzi, like in terms of your closing statement, I mean, can you tell me, like, you as an individual, right? On all the views you've given on toxicity and how it burns bridges and how it sometimes it builds amazing things, because they're from a toxic thing and they manage to normalize themselves, they actually end up having a beautiful relationship later on in life. You know what I mean? What's your take on that? Because like once the process of healing from a toxic situation, I mean, can you give a closing statement on somebody coming out of that toxicity?
Just so first of all, I would say adopt the dating culture of looking for someone you think you're going to be compatible with. After some of us have been single for a long time, because you meet those people, you see that you're not compatible, and then you leave. I'm not one person that would tell you a story of a girl that I dated for 5 years. Why? Right? So you want to be in a position whereby you date someone that you're compatible with, you get into a relationship and you commit to it. Right? When you're in that space, I think we just take relationships for granted because we just meet and then we're like, okay, we're now in a relationship. When we get in that point now, relationship, now we're compatible and stuff, and it's not going to end there. We still have our differences, we still have to work on that, so it has to be really worth it. And I mean, most mistakes happen there too, but you have to make that decision to date, find someone you're compatible with. If you find that person, and I know vanhu vese vari kuona nhasi bra inbox yavo anditi dai mwari akangoti pasimba racho rekuona what I mean, ma-inbox yevanhu vacho, they've got second and third options. Everyone here has got second and third options. So find that person openly though. Find that person openly though, and stick to that person. If you don't stick to that person, whatever, you're going to do everything else, and then You can't even introduce us to just one person. Just down 1 5 6 7 people. No get it. But that's also dating.
Mhm.
So let's not close the dating part of things, because the dating part of things is helping us to see which in general and compatible now.
Mhm.
Like my father said.
That's very important.
Mhm. Thank you very much, Kuzi. Thank you very much, Batsy. In conclusion, as well, myself, I will say, look, ladies and gentlemen, normalize leaving toxic people. Okay, ukaona zvisufa baya either uchauraiwa kana uchaisirwa mupfuira kana kuti you're gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
You're gonna ucharowa,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You're gonna be depressed. Like, look, guys, at the end of the day, nothing toxic ever builds you properly whilst you're in it. Learn to normalize to just get out of it, get in your space, get in your zone, and live it up, right? But from us today, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. We love you. We see your views, your comments every single time, and don't forget that we're gonna do a Facebook Live on Monday again to
standard.
get your feedback. You know what it is, and we're gonna be introducing something new as well, which is on Instagram. So I encourage you guys to go and like our Instagram page. It is Brothers with Voices as well, straight on Instagram. Go and follow that page, because we're about to introduce something very cool. But yeah, other than that, I will let the boys do the things.
Peace. Boom. Peace out, brothers. Is out.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for spending your time with us today. We really appreciate it. We still want your feedback. Put your comment below, inbox us, and hey guys, Tatenda. Please continue to like our page on Facebook, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, and also follow us on Instagram. See you guys next week. Same time, same place. Dino Mike.